Hello, 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 family, hello, friends, hello, followers. I am Dr. Conti. I am going to be really quick today. Typically, I am on for about 30, 40 minutes, and I think that's still pretty quick, and hopefully, it won't take as long today. But what I am going to do is I'm going to do ABCs of Self Success M again on next Sunday. And I'll tell you why. First of all, I will still give you tidbits because today we're doing M. M of the ABCs of Self Success, and that is motivation, self motivation. And it's so great and so powerful to have self motivation. And it's a lot I really could talk about on that. And so definitely want to come back with some more that I can do on that. This has been a very busy week. We've been able to fortunately give out $1,200, up to $1,200 to about 80 people. And so really busy. Also getting ready for the Fresh Spirit Wellness for Women toy drive. Let me know that you're watching. Say hello. Good to see people popping on. Getting ready for the Fresh Spirit Wellness toy drive. So if you are in Houston, please, we have 2 toy drives. That's a blessing. There's an organization, Lamps organization, that is, and I will be posting flyers. Please follow, get the information. But they will be accepting toys on behalf of Fresh Spirit and doing a toy drive for us. They met with my program manager and was so impressed with all of the work that we do on a regular basis. And for those who do not know, and if you're in Houston and you want to know, you're welcome to come to the office. You're welcome to come see what we do. You're welcome to volunteer. So I would love to have you. Say hello if you're watching, and let me know who you are. So as I said, I'm going to kind of be brief today because also many of you know my mentee, Nikki Jackson, and so Fresh Spirit is partnering, and Dr. Conti Speaks. I am partnering with her. She has a tax company, and so we're going to be helping with her tax company this year so that we can help our clients get their taxes done. So, and we're about to do a training here at my home for just a few people, so that we can get that done. So that's another reason why I'm going to be a little bit briefer today than normal. And then just want to make sure that you guys know that we are looking for 2,000 or more, but a minimum of 2,000 individuals. Can I count on you? I'm going to say it again. Can I count on you? How about 3 times? Can I count on you to be a Purple Avenger? And that is a superhero for Fresh Spirit and the cause of domestic violence. And you can do that by simply, hi, Janet. Yes, self-motivation is huge. It is so much I can talk about that, and I actually am going to redo it again next week because I won't get to say all of the things I want to say. Everybody has convinced me to write a book. Every time I do something that people think is great, they think it should be a book. So I don't know. We may have a book of the ABCs of Self-Success, but you can always catch the tidbits of the ones that I've done before on my previous Facebook pages as well as YouTube. And they are literally just tidbits. And so that's why I may do a larger series or a book, because when I tell you these are skills that, well, I won't tell you, but if I could get my clients on here one day to tell you how these skills have literally changed their lives, then you would understand why those who know these skills in depth are saying, Dr. Conti, you are cheating your viewers with that little tidbit of stuff you're telling them. They don't not get all the stuff that you taught us on these skills. And that's true. But I just wanted to give you a tidbit, because if you just get the grasp, the understanding of just a few bits of pieces that you need to do. Hi, Nisi, to start having success within yourself, you would, even this little bit would majorly change your life. And so I guess we can look at this as an introduction for the ABCs of self-success. So for those who are joining me, motivation is the word today. Self-motivation is the M, the ABCs of M. And so self-motivation, people who have the ability to self-motivate are able to bring about opportunities and commitments that surpass so many other people. And a lot of times we have a hard time motivating ourselves. So in order to be successful, you've got to be able to motivate yourself. And so these are 3 questions that an expert in this field, a psychologist, says you need to be able to answer yes to when it comes to self-motivation. When you want to do something, ask yourself, can you do it? Can you do it? Will it work? And is it worth it? If the answer to all of 3 of those questions are yes, you generally have self-motivation. Because most people, when you ask them to do something, for instance, I'm having this training in just about 15 minutes with 6 people to learn how to do these taxes, and so we can do taxes for our clients and work with a tax company and how to do the paperwork to get them in. And so people, the first thing people, well, I can't do that. Well, I don't know anything about taxes, but I'm willing to be trained. So if you ask me, most of the time, you ask me if I can do anything. I used to have a job. This is kind of to give you an inclination of my mindset. I had this job that I got that I was not qualified for. I had not a clue, as they used to say, not a nary clue of what I was doing. But I came so highly recommended, and I got this position because of a friend. And so I didn't want to let the friend down either. And so the person that was my boss at the time would always ask, well, do you know how to do such and such? Can you do such and such? And only because I didn't want to let them down, and only because I didn't want to let them know how much I did not know, I would say, yes, I could do that. I'm sure I can. Let me get, what do you need? I would never say no. And then I would go home and I would Google it, or I would call people who I thought maybe could help me. And every time I would get it done. And so basically that's self-efficacy. And we've talked about self-love, self-kindness. That's self-efficacy. Self-belief is the B. I believed I could do it. I didn't know how to do it, but I thought, you know what? It's not rocket science. I'm not dumb. I can figure it out. And that has helped me through a lot of things in life, not turning down things and then learning things and getting things done, but because I believed I can do it. So can you do it? You have to say, in order to motivate yourself, you're not going to be self-motivated if you think, well, I'm not going to be able to do that. I can't do that. So one of the important aspects of motivating yourself is having self-belief and self-efficacy that I can do it. And then will it work? Will it work? Well, it will work if you work it. But what we know is it will not work if you don't try. It's not going to work if you don't try it. Or, you got to put some work into it for it to work. So I'm always very, very optimistic. Oh, it'll work. It'll be okay. It'll work. But guess what? What I've also realized is if it doesn't work out the way I thought it would work, generally, sometimes it work out better. Sometimes, even if it doesn't work out, God will step in, but I learned something, or I'm able to do something even bigger or better as a result of me trying. So yeah, it'll work. It'll work. It'll be okay. It'll work. So that's my attitude again. And then, is it worth it? So it's worth trying. Nothing, we know the saying, nothing beats a failure but a try. So anything is always worth trying. Now, unless you're doing something that God told you not to do, or, you know, that you realize is totally out of your, off your focus. I put my clients, my coaching clients and my life empowerment clients and my self-success clients and my clients who are trying to learn their purpose, I always put them on what's called a tunnel vision. So unless it's like totally out of your tunnel vision, you know, of course, it's not worth it. But for the most part, things are usually worth you trying it and doing it. And that's all a part of getting yourself motivated. So I'm gonna give you 5 little tips about getting yourself motivated. And then I will do a little bit more on self-motivation next week, because it's so much that I could do on this. And I don't want to do you an injustice, only because today I am pushed for time. And today I'm, again, doing something that is totally out of my skill of expertise, but I believe I can. I believe it will work, and I believe it's worth it, because I'm going to be able to benefit as well as be a blessing and a benefit to so many other people. So the first one is start simple. When we want to motivate ourselves, a lot of times people want to, you want to start with a huge something off the Richter scale. So then you get drained, or you get overwhelmed, or you get depressed and down because it doesn't seem to be working fast enough, or you built such a huge goal and you're not able to get motivated because it's not getting there. So start simple. Start simple when you want to motivate yourself. Hi, how you doing, Miss Hicks? Start simple. If you want to lose 50 pounds and you need to get motivated, if you keep telling yourself, I got to lose 50 pounds. Oh, I got to stop eating. I got to exercise. I got to lose 50 pounds. I need to run 10 miles a day. I need to walk 10 steps a day. That's not going to get it. You're not going to be motivated. You know, when you look at it, I've got something that I need to do right now. And my executive assistant is here because she's a part of what we're getting ready to do for the training. But I got something I need to do, and I was discussing it with her, and it's about 6 months of catching up that I need to do on this project. And so what I told her was, let's just work backwards. You know, let's start with this month, November, you know, December, which is only 6 months, 6 days in December, and November. And then I said, well, then once we get those records straight and, you know, caught up with things that I need to do on this project, then let's go to October and September. And so from September to December, it's not going to be as bad because it's recent and it's easier to work backwards. Then when we got to also do July and August. But if I said, let's just go from July to now and get it done, I mean, I wouldn't be motivated. She wouldn't be motivated. So start simple. Don't try to, as they say, eat the whole elephant at one time. Take one bite at a time. And that will help you get motivated to get the project done. For instance, if you're trying to get motivated to clean out your closet and you got all this stuff everywhere, well, just start with the shoes. Start with throwing, you know, the shoes that you no longer wear, the shoes that you have not, you know, worn in the last 3, 4, 5 years or what have you, the shoes that hurt now because you have bunions or corns or, you know, whatever, elderly toes, as I call it. I used to call it model's feet because I was a model. So I crammed my shoes and my feet in all these shoes to model so much that models usually don't have pretty feet unless they are a feet model. But start with those things, you know, something simple. Oh Lord, you're on my street. Ouch. Yes. So, and then work with the pants, and then work with the shirts, or then work with color coordinating. You see, you can't just go into a closet with stuff everywhere and decide, I got to get this done. No wonder you're not motivated. Okay. And then also keep good company when you want to motivate yourself. I always say, I've got a saying, if you can't change the people around you, change the people around you, because you have to have the right company to be motivated. If you are around Debbie Downers, If you are around negative Nancy's, if you are around, all the naysayers, it's going to be hard to get motivated. That's why, birds of a feather flock together. Be with the people who are doing and movers and shakers, who are motivated, who have energy, because they want you to have it. You're like, oh gosh, where do they get all that energy? People say that about me. Where do you get all that energy from? Or how do you get this done? But I also hang around other people that keep me motivated. So I'm hoping and grateful that if people are around me, they should be motivated. I used to have a saying, if you're around me in my close circle, because a lot of people aren't in my close circle, but I used to have a saying, if you are around me in my close circle, it's really hard, or I really can't understand why you're not getting things done. Because I always say, I'm blessed to bless, I'm empowered to empower, and I'm promoted to promote. So it just means you really don't want to be, because you're going to be around me doing things, people around me doing things like what I'm doing today, getting this training done. So it just means you don't, if you're around me on a regular basis in my close circle, or let me say it like this. If you see people around me in my close circle and they're not motivated or getting things done, they don't want it. They don't want it. And you can make a horse, you can lead, as they say, a horse to water, but you can't make a horse drink. So people have to want it. But you also have to recognize when you have people around you, or when you are around people that are not good company. Those, like I said, those people that keep dragging you down, or could care less if you were up, because they don't want to be up. Birds of a feather flock together. Misery loves company. They want you miserable, or it don't seem miserable to them. They think it's okay, because guess what? They're with the chickens, and you're trying to get with the eagles, so you're not gonna fly with the eagles with the chickens. So you're gonna have to elevate to escalate. Okay. All right. So elevate your company. Watch your company that you're around. Elevate to escalate. Okay. And then see good in bad. So a lot of times it's hard to motivate because we look at all the bad. We look at all the bad that could happen, or might happen, or what if, or I did this before and that happened. And the last time I did it, it didn't work. Or the last time, good evening, Oprah, or all of those things. But see the good. See the good even in the bad. Because when you see the good, you're more optimistic. It motivates you to go after it. It motivates you to, not look at what's not working and look at what's working. Look at not what didn't happen like you want, but what about the stuff that did happen the way you wanted? That helps to motivate you. Okay, I didn't lose 50 pounds, but what if I lost 20? Okay, I did gain, I lost 50 but gained 30 back, but guess what? I'm still 20 less. You see, look at the good in it. Also, stop overthinking. Ooh, we can overthink ourselves. I have clients, I'm like, okay, I just talked to you a week ago. Where did all of this stuff come from? Like, we just think, and you overthink and you think yourself out of being motivated. I get tired just listening to some of the stuff you guys say to yourself. That I can imagine you not being motivated after continuing to think those thoughts. You always have to watch the thinker, as I call it. And that's a whole nother session. I have a skill on watching the thinker, but I've given it to you guys before, I believe. And that's, imagining that you have. Oh, and I have on my Queen Up Contiology shirt for those who want to get them there at www.freshspirit.org. www.freshspirit.org. For those who are just hopping on, we are on the self-motivation today. All right. So if you are constantly having these negative thoughts, I often say, watch the thinker. So what that means is, imagine that you have a barrel on the left side and a barrel on the right side. The left side is empty when you wake up in the morning. the right side is full, because we have so many thoughts in our minds that are negative. I need you to be able to, when you have those negative thoughts, imagine taking those thoughts and dumping them into that empty barrel over the left side. Oh, you got to go. No. And picking out something good from the right side and putting it in. So you're replacing, you're emptying and replacing. Joel Osteen has a book out right now called Empty Out the Negative. And when I saw that, I was like, that should have been your topic, because I'm constantly teaching people the barrel skill that I came up with to empty out the negative. But when you empty out, you have to replace. So watch the thinker and what you're saying to yourself, and empty that out, and then replace it with the good that happened. There's always some good in there. All right. And then lastly, be aware of your whys. Why am I negative? Why am I not motivated? Why is this keeping me? What is keeping me from doing this? You know, we talk about the A of the ABCs is self-awareness. Everything is good when you are able to have self-awareness. I still use that barrel concept. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Good, Janet. And so this is the reason I'm teaching these things, because I've taught these for so many years, and there are people who've been using them. I ran into a lady. I teach the power to control concept, and I call them my Kantiology principles. And I saw her, I probably counseled or coached her 12 years ago. And she says, Dr. Conti, I am still, matter of fact, it was longer than that, because it was in the late 90s. That's how long it's been. So it's been, 20 years ago. And she said, you will not believe, I still use your power to change skill with everything. It helps me focus and understand what I can change and what I can't, and how to not focus on the things that I can't change. And I was like, great. That's my whole purpose, is to be able to give you something that you can use long after I'm finished doing this session, this Zoom, or, this live, long after you finish counseling or coaching with me. Because when I was in counseling many years ago, it helped with that situation. However, then later, I would have had another situation. Had she given me some skills and some tools, I might have been able to not, repeat in a different whole category, mistakes in a different whole category. So when I became a counselor and a coach, that's what I said. I said, I'm going to teach and give skills that, sure, if you want to come back, you can always come back and get touch-ups and tune-ups. It's like when you have a car, you get an oil change, it goes good for a while, but you can go back and get a touch-up or, a tune-up. You have to still go back and get a tune-up later. You still have to go back and get your oil changed. So you can still come back. However, with the right tools, you're not needed to, you're not going to have the need to come back as often, or as if you would have if you didn't have those tools. So be aware of your whys. Really quick, again, keep it simple. Keep the good. Remember the good company. Keep good company. See the good in the bad. Stop overthinking and be aware of your whys. Why are you not motivated? Let's fix this. What can help me to get more motivated? Why should I be doing this? Why should I be more motivated? All of that helps get you motivated. All right. So again, remember, please, next Saturday, the 12th, this coming Saturday, the 12th, we will have our annual toy drive. For those who've come out, if you're in Houston area, come again. For those who haven't, please come by. It is at the Learning Express Toy Store. Learning Express Toy Store in Town Country, right in the city center area off of I-10. You can come and get you a toy from the toy store and donate it. Will be set up right outside. Or you can purchase a toy from anywhere. Walmart, I used to say, I was about to say Toys of Us. Can you believe there's not a Toys of Us anymore? Huh? Target, anywhere, and drop it off. Dollar store, it doesn't matter. We don't care. We have right now over 60 something kids that are fresh spirits, children who have been affected by domestic violence, or their parents have been affected by domestic violence, so they're not able to get Christmas this year. Every year we do this. We like to give we have done, not like to give, but we've been blessed to give 2 to 3 toys for every child. So that's a lot of toys. So if we have close to 70 kids and we're talking 2 to 3 toys, we're looking at over 200 and something toys. Okay, so please help us to do that. You can we also had another organization, I said it earlier, LAMPS organization, and I'll be posting these things for those who are my followers. Please check it out on my Facebook page. Also, please go and like the Fresh Spirit Facebook page so that you can see what we have coming up, often. So the LAMPS organization is also doing a toy drive collection for us. And so they're collecting toys also on the 12th. So, you may be closer to them to drop off a toy, or you may be able to come to see me and meet me in person if you haven't at our toy drive on the 12th over at the Learning Express Toy Store off of in town. I think it's Memorial, in the Memorial City area. And so it's right off of in the town and country near City Center. So I will be posting that. And please think of, if you're not here, if you're not in the Houston area, you can always become a Purple Avenger and commit to donating. Commit to donating only $20 a month. $20 a month. Okay? And for 1 year, we would greatly appreciate it. And we're going to be helping. We're going to be doing taxes this year to help those. So if you need your taxes done, also contact me for that. All right. Now, I think I've said a lot. I might not have to go over. It was so much I could have still gone over next week, but we'll see if I start back with self-motivation again, or if we continue with our N, which is self-nurturing. Okay, self-nurturing. And giving yourself some nurturing nourishment for you, pouring back into you. All of this is about pouring back into you. Self, being pro-self, not selfish and not selfless, but pro-self, being pro-self. All right. I love you guys. Also, www.drcontyspeaks.com. If you would like to have a individual session with me, please go on and book something or contact me. I actually am doing for a penny a minute right now, $1 a minute. Oh, please, no, not a penny a minute. Sorry, $1 a minute, just for an introduction to see what can we do to help you. So www.drcontyspeaks.com. Of course, if you ever need me to train, speak, teach at your organization or for your company or your sorority and all of those things, please contact me. I'll be glad to come in and help you guys elevate so that you can escalate. And then guess what? You'll be able to motivate not just yourself, but others. All right, y'all be good. I will talk to you soon. Be blessed and have a phenomenal week.